Hello YouTube, Damo_23 here, and welcome back to another episode of Glory Hunter. In today's episode, we of course got Barcelona in the Champions League semi-final. We're obviously at the San Siro first against Xavi's men before we look to make amends for what happened in last year's Spanish Cup semi-final and look to topple Barcelona over two legs by going to the new camp and probably needing a result. Since we last met, we have played a couple of games in the league and, of course, in the cup. Well, you saw that we beat Juve 2-0. I do need a report that Tonali will miss the final due to suspension. I wasn't aware he was under yellow card booking. With that being said, we also have Salento. In the meantime, we won 5-1 in a game we absolutely dominated in. Roman Tisney announcing to the world that he is a wonder kid ready to go by scoring 4 goals in one match. And he is starting to have a very good year indeed. In terms of that, we're as good as we can be. We're at full strength. We're pretty fully fit. Apart from a couple of the boys off the bench not being 100%, so Luka Amico's out for this leg and Odeneka is out as well. Both may be back in time for the next one. But in terms of the team that's starting, it is full strength and raring and ready to go. In terms of Barcelona, it's a very similar side to what we played in Spain last year. They still got Kundo, they still got Gavi, they still got Franca, still got Lewandowski finishes everything. So it'll be interesting to see how they go about and how the squad looks. For how we line up. They have obviously knocked out Wolfsburg there in the quarterfinal, and they got Inter, which is never easy, but Wolfsburg they made it easy work of. It's a pretty good, kind draw for them, winning 2-0 home and away. They just lost to Almira, but beat Huesca 2-0 and beat Real Madrid in the Spanish Cup final. They currently sit second at the moment, 3 points behind but Real Madrid, but they've already got 2 games more, so this is their biggest chance there. Please note, Raul Hippus, first year since we've been there. That is correct, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Rayo Hippus, third. That is right, lads. We knew what we built was good. We knew indeed. They'd signed Victor Church. I used him on FM. Good player. Who else have they signed? Let's go and have a look. So they got rid of Luis Felipe to PSG. He was interested to leave when I was there. Juan Miranda they sold. Interesting. They sold Sabali and William Jose. And they brought in for 22 mil. Tommy Santiago Philip is a pretty good centre-back to be bringing in as well. German Valera Illich from Man City on a loan. They brought in Balcome and Victor Church. So good on them. How else have they gone? Are they still in Europe? They just got beat 3-0 by Leipzig away from home to get knocked out in the Europa League quarter-final. Unfortunate. Wish we were there at some stages because I reckon we could have won the Europa League. But we've got the focus on the Champions League instead, and that ain't a bad thing. We have a very good Milan side. And next episode, we're going to try and do the double, the Italian Cup double, because we will have the final and, of course, probably the conclusion of the league as well. With that being said, Manigan and Net, Calabria, Kalu, Tamorian Hernandez, Ismail Benacour with Tonali and Olmo, with Giovanni Reina, Victor Roque, and Rafael Leao, who is world-class, is up top as well. With that all being said, and without further ado, it's Barcelona, it's AC Milan. We're at home first. We'd rather play away from home, to be fair, first up, especially in a semi-final, because you get that big crowd in at home in the second leg. You can overturn anything. Let's go and have a look how they're lining up. Ter Stegen is in net. We know all about Ter Stegen. Kunde is Kunde. Eric Garcia is Eric Garcia. Andreas Christensen as well is a very good centre-back. And Angelino is probably the one we're going to have to target out there at left-back. Nico is outrageously good. Gavi is probably just as good, if not better. And Pedri is Pedri. Yeah, they're very good. Asuma Dembele on the right, Rafinha on the left, and, of course, Robert Lewandowski is up top. On the bench, they do have a couple keepers in Inaki Pena and Aranyu as centre-back. I'm trying to think. Someone else is called Aranyu. That's a keeper for them. Anyway, Ezi Abad is in there. Ilias is another wonder kid. Alejandro Balde is a very good player too. Hector Fort, Dodo, Ferran Torres. It's a very good squad. The one thing I will say is they look slightly legless in the middle of the park. We have dominated sides at home. I think for us to win this tie and to make the final, we have to go and win by 2 goals today. If we win by 2 goals, I give us a shot to go to Spain and keep a clean sheet. Because if Lewandowski gets going, we're in trouble. Anyway, Barcelona in the infamous Barcelona colours. We're, of course, in the infamous AC Milan colours. 2 teams that are European royalty. You obviously throw Real Madrid, Liverpool, and into that Real Madrid, into that European royalty banner of teams that are just consistently very good in the Champions League most seasons. Look, a lot of history here between both clubs in this competition. Let's go and write our own page in that book and see if we can knock off Barcelona in the semi-final to make the final of the Champions League. First 12 minutes here, yet to see Barcelona have a shot as I utter those words. Was half expecting a highlight for Lewandowski. They have had a shot now. Even game, very cagey though. It's a semi-final of the Champions League. It can get cagey. We are Italian, for goodness sake. It's probably more than likely going to be cagey. We need to make sure we take the ascendancy, though. At some stage, we need to make a highlight and a game of this. And we have one, but it's Barcelona with the ball. Andre Christensen in the Nico. Eric Garcia. Nico out the other side to Koundé. Theo Hernandez goes to press. Rafinha turns out of that tackle and keeps it. Koundé again. Eric Garcia. Ball out the other side, finds Angelino. Very well side-to-side movement here from Barcelona. Picked off by Kalu, though. Tonali finds Victor Roque. Numbers queuing for a runner. Instead, it's a reverse ball back to Tonali. Calabria can beat a man. Down the line he goes. Victor Roque. Rafael Leao looked offside. Unfortunately, I think that this is going to be disallowed. I wish it would count. But I think Rafael Leao is ahead of Roque here. And it's going to be 0-0. But a positive sign. A sign that's... very good. I'm actually going to go out there and tell the boys and praise the boys for that movement. Victor Roque onside. Unfortunately, Leao just took the extra couple of steps they didn't need to take. And, well, would have been nice. Doesn't count. But we praise the boys here. And mainly because that was good movement and we need to believe that we can still do that against Barca and find moments. Tonali, Kalu, Calabria, 1-2 was on, ignored. Kalu now needs to go out the other side and does. Tamori, Theo Hernandez, inside of Dani Olmo, runners is Giovanni Reina, gets there before Ter Stegen, but a poor finish from Giovanni Reina. Really should score, he didn't. And at halftime it's 0-0, and that flatters Barca slightly. Far from please. Tisney, warm up, he did just score 4 against Salento. I know Barcelona are a different kettle of fish, but mate, get ready for it. Tonali, ball in, back stick, Tamori doesn't get up, headed away only as far as Dani Olmo. A very cagey game. It's going to take one moment of magic, you feel. Rafael Leao, what a ball. Tonali heads just over. It's a great ball from deep from Rafael Leao. 50 minutes played, still 0-0. Victor Roque's picked up a knock. Don't particularly have a Miko on the bench, so I don't particularly want to make a change up top. Midfield's having not a bad game. Calabria looking a little bit legless as well. We are going to make some changes here. System's going to stay as it is. I am going to trust Robin Tisney. I am going to get Bayer out there as well. The rest of the team's played well. We're going to leave it as is for now, I think. We'll make a couple of other changes late doors here. 70 minutes played. Even game. We've slightly edged it, but no goals. Ball front stick. We've hit the post with Kalu. That close to taking a lead here in Italy. You feel like we need a lead. 76 minutes played. In comes Kukui. Adre Gula knows what he's doing in there as well. Esposito for Ismail Benacorda. Win the ball back and off we go. Obviously, we do not have our backup centre defensive mid because he has been suspended. If Barca score right now, this is just, one of those games that you cop in Football Manager. And apparently there's going to be a penalty for bullshit. Well, typical game against Barcelona. Play well. Apparently it's going to be a penalty because someone's been shoved, even though we didn't see it at all. Apparently Tamori, who's world class, has shoved someone, even though he's 6'10" and can head a ball like no tomorrow. Ezzy Abad of all people taking it. Mike Manigan, what a save, and it falls back to Ezzy Abad, and it's a goal of all people. Ezzy Abad takes a pen, rightfully gets saved because he's only got 12 penalty, and it falls back to him. Utter bullshit. Great save from Manigan into the bar. It falls comfortably back to him. We move to attacking here, seeing if we can find something late. We must score, you think, if we're going to have a chance. We can't afford to take a loss to Spain. But Tamori now picks up the ball. Esposito goes back one. We've played very well and probably deserve a goal. But we're the team 1-0 down, and that's why Barcelona are Barcelona, I guess. That ball out to Bay ain't going to find him. If we go 2-0 down, that's all she wrote. Good block there from Kalu. Manigan goes long quick, but that's that. 4 minutes of added time for a goal late doors. Barcelona's XG is inflated because of the penalty. Even game, we would say. To lose that game is absolutely heartbreaking. And well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and a game that it felt like we had to win. I felt like we maybe had to win it by 2 goals. We lose. And, well, going into that second leg, we are 1-0 down. I'm going to see these guys in a second, away from home at the new camp, and we must win to force extra time at a minimum. Welcome back, YouTube. Camp New. We lost 1-0. We've got to go again. We've got to find a way to beat Barcelona in their own backyard to make the Champions League final. The winner would play Chelsea, who it makes me feel a lot better that the team who lost the final of the Europa League 2 last year has made the final of the Champions League the following year. Makes me feel a bit better. But yeah, it is what it is. In terms of the league, both teams on 35 points. We did lose. We did fully rotate, of course, and lost to Atlanta at home 3-1. One of those games where I was just like, all right, make sure there's no injuries, see what it is. A little bit unlucky. I just feel like that FM has it out for us a little bit today since we've come back from home. But it is what it is, and let's go see what we can do against Barcelona. Team's fully fit. Last thing I want to mention, I don't want to sound like sour grapes. If you have a look at the Barcelona game overall match momentum, we dominated Barca up until they scored the pen. Just FM, be kind. But no, it's Barcelona. They get kind of everything hand given to them. With that being said, I am going to go as full strength as possible. It is going to be the same team that did start. Just need to be a little bit more clinical. Rafael Leao and Victor Roque's goals have started to swell up. And our recent last 5-game form is starting to fall off the cliff of the earth as we're trying to see a Serie A and, of course, the Cup final, of course, as well there in Italy, upcoming next episode. But it's Manigan and Net, Calabria, Kalu, Maureen Hernandez, Ismail Benacour, Tonali, Olmo, Reina, Victor Roque and Rafael Leao. We need to go into this game. We need to go in there believing, be dogged, try and do what we need to do. Stick as long as we can, 1 goal behind, if that's the case, if they dominate. Or if we go out there and we do have the better of the game, like we did in the first leg, freaking score. It's kind of the message. It's kind of now or never for a team that I believe we are the best team left in the Champions League. But we played like it for most of it. We conceded. Throughout this whole campaign, we have not conceded in that moment. We've got through. Real Madrid pumped us into little smithereens and we sat there defensively solid. Now we have to go out here and score. It's as simple as that. In terms of Barcelona, they're lining up full strength themselves. No real changes to the team. Balde's back in, which is a great one for them. The fringe player, though, is a bit more quicker, so that's fine. Probably have to get it at the younger kid, maybe. Ferran Torres has come in as well on the other side, too. He's elite, and that obviously means that Rafinha's on the bench, Angelino on the bench, and the last one, Kessie is back from injury and on the bench, not 100% fit as well. But as you get into that midfield three of Nico, Gavi, and Pedri. Look, we just got to go out here and believe. And I do. I really do believe if we go out here and play our best football, as long as we are clinical, we'll be okay. Barca, the infamous Barca colours, we're obviously in the infamous AC Milan, red and black. It is the new camp. It is the Champions League semi-final second leg. We must score. We must find a way. I expect to be dominated in Spain by Barcelona, to be fair. But we need to find our moment and score from it. Victor Roque finds Calabria with a ball down this right-hand side. Looks to beat Ferran Torres and doesn't. Good defensive work from Ferran Torres of all people. Nico now with the ball. Out the other side of Koundé. And this is where Barca are going to hurt you. Because at home, I think they're untouchable on the ball. As Tonali wins it. Victor Roque beats one. Hasn't got much on. Went for goal just over the bar. Would have been nice. Warning shot. I'll take it. But as you can see, look at the stats. The first game was even. We kind of edged the game. Barca have 60% of the ball and are looking very, very good at home in Spain, as they should. 26 minutes played. As it stands for Barca, this is fine. They're defensively keeping us nullified. Not much going out there. We're starting to get on the ball that little bit more. Going to tell us to demand a little bit more here. We kind of need to find a moment. Corner for Barca. Gavi front stick. Eric Garcia heads wide and high. And if that one flew in, it's probably all she wrote for our Champions League campaign. Half-time 1-0. Going to get aggressive and tell them to sort it out. Start the second half. We need a moment. We need to find a moment of magic. Time's ticking. Even game, but no real attack to the game. Set piece. Bit too far out, you think, for Tonali, but maybe some magic. He's very good over a dead ball. Hits that one just wide. Would have been nice. It would have been superb. We are going to make our first change. Tisney's been in great form. In he comes, even though I know he's not 100%. Dani Olmo is going to come in. Andre Gula's going to come in. Dani Olmo's going to stay out there and go to a central midfield on attack. And Tonali's going to move back one line. And we are going to take out Benacore on a booking. We're going to go a little bit more aggressive in the middle of the park. We kind of have to in the 60th minute commit an extra man forward. And Calabria wins the ball back. Manigan's got time. Tonali dropping in, which is perfectly fine for him. Theo Hernandez can drive into this space. He looks for Rafael Leao over the top. Flicks on the header. Keeper comes. Roquay misses an open goal. It's not our day. It's not our time. Dribbles the keeper and misses the open opportunity. Andre Gula is a very good over a dead ball. Kalou doesn't win that header and Lewandowski can come on the break now. If we're missing that open goal chance, we're not scoring at all in this tie, which for one of the best attacks in world football with Rafael Leao up top and Victor Roquay, how good as they are, to not score in a semi-final is ludicrous. Kunde's ball into Manigan, what a save. It is what it is. 66 minutes. I can just hear that the Socceroos have scored in the 16th minute. Trying to watch the game while filming episodes. Anyway, Daniel long ball. Roquay not known for winning that. Pedri, Gavi. Pedri. All she wrote. We need 2 quick goals now. All she wrote. We are going to commit men forward here. Daniel we're going to come off the left, which is fine. Andre Gula can play on the other side as well, to be fair to him, which is great. With that being said, I am going to get out Calabria for Bayo because he's very good at being aggressive and getting up and down. Rest of the team, stay out there as it is. We just need to go for broke now. We need 2 goals in quick succession to force extra time. Kalou now finds Bayo. Andre Gula drives. Went for goal, deflected straight at Stegen. If he cuts that across the box, you believe, won't you? Just not our time. We missed an open goal. An open goal, Victor Roquay. A goal right now and you never know. Bayer, Andre Gula, Bayer, Tonali, Bayer, Andre Gula hits, deflected straight into the Stegen's hands again. We're not allowed a clean highlight, are we, Football Manager? We're not, are we? Tamori, ball over the top. Dotto heads to the Stegen. I think there's more chance that Barca have done absolutely jackal over 2 legs are going to win this one 3-0. Because it's Barcelona and you're not allowed to touch them, huh? Ridiculous. How we do not score in the first leg and how Victor Roquay, who's a world-class wonder kid, already 4.5 star at his young age, misses an open goal is ridiculous. Anyway, Tisney, Dani Olmo, ball over the top. Rafael Leao doesn't get on that. Angelino heads. Tonali needs to win it. Doesn't. Of course he doesn't. Kessia, who is a very good ball-winning midfielder, but as short as anything, loses out to Tonali, who's 6'3". Ridiculous. Asuma Dembele, Dotto now. Whips one in there. Ferran Torres. Barca have done absolutely jack all over 2 legs, and they're 3-0 up. Re-fucking-diculous. Are we going to score now that because the game's dead? Are we allowed to even score a goal? Are we allowed to even score a goal, Football Manager? Just let me know. Just let me know if we're allowed to score a goal. 9 shots, 0 on target, apparently. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. We're out of the Champions League in the semi-final. We lost 3-0 over 2 legs to Barcelona, and I sit here thinking I've dominated both legs. Or I've played well on both legs. They dominated, but we had spells. And we missed an open goal for 1-0 and 1-1. I can't believe that. Anyhow, till next time, guys. I'll see you guys to hopefully win the Italian Cup and the Serie A. Till then, thank you and goodbye.